Gold monthly chart, just want to give a quick update. Quite for a long time, we didn't have much update for the gold. We tried to give more update. Anyway, if you refer to my analysis, since the price was didn't here, we discussed how we can look for trade. We were expecting for the next drop. This is what we get. That's why we had these lines. At this point, we don't need to care about these lines, right? The only question is whether this is the start of the uptrend or we can expect for the next drop. Okay. First of all, that's why we had these two lines done, because at that time we were expecting for the next drop. This is before we see the continuation. This is what all we get. All right, the price couldn't drop more than what we expected. And now we want to see what's the next. First of all, if we put this top relative to the previous one, we see we have a divergence. That's why we need to be quite careful. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue. If the price can continue, if the price continues as a corrective move, mostly we are looking for the short-term trade. But for me, I'm more interested into the sell, because in terms of the risk and reward, it can give me better profit. Okay, lower risk, more profit, because at that times my stop loss will be at the top. Okay, and that's why if I get the sell, I'm more interested in the sell rather than the buy. Any buy I will consider as a short term, unless we see the confirmation to see the breakout of this one. Then at that point we are not really interested to look for a sell. Anyway, again, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue. Still, we can get the higher price, but any trade will be short term. And as I mentioned, we discussing about the risk and reward. Sell can give us a better risk and reward, in my opinion. All right. And even if we move to lower time frame, based on weekly, if we put this time relative to the previous one, we see we have a divergence, and we don't need to care about these lines. All right, that's why I made this one turn to more complex as an internal tree base for the next drop. All right, and that's why I mentioned I'm more interested to sell, look for sell if I get any opportunity, and the buy also I will take the trade, but I consider as a short term. But at this point I don't see any trade setup, and the only thing is we see we have a divergence based on monthly and the weekly. And how about if we move to daily chart? As we can see, we had a divergence. All right. Now, if anyone wants to look for buy, if they get the correction here, maybe they can look for short-term buy. Any buy will be a short-term, but I'm looking for sell as a long-term. If we get, it doesn't mean we have to get. All right. And at this point, I don't see any trade setup even for daily. If I move to buy, okay, no, we have to wait. Even this times we can expect the continuation as a corrective. I don't see any trade setup for buy. Having entry above this is not a really good idea at all because of the gap. That means I don't see any trade setup yet. And if I move to lower time frame, 1 hour chart, maybe we can look for the next drop. This is a short term sell. I'm not for me, if I want to look for sell, I'm not selling at this price. I wait to get the higher price and see the trade setup based on higher time frame. Then from there I look for trade at the lower time frame. That means I need to get the confirmation at least based on daily chart. Any trade either for buy or sell will be a short-term trade at this point. And if I move to daily chart, even I don't see any confirmation for the reversal. Still, we can expect the price continue. But if we see the next move up, drop, deeper correction, this is where we can look for sell, right? Anyway, I don't see any trade setup. Any trade based on higher time frame, based on lower time frame will be a short-term trade. It depends on the traders. But for me, if I want to look for trade, I will wait to sell at the higher price. Okay. But if we see the breakout of this zone, if I move to monthly chart, if we see the breakout of this zone, which is this one, then maybe we change our opinion. Then from there, we look for continuation. But if this is what I'm more interested, if I could get this opportunity. Anyway, as I mentioned, to look for trade based on lower time frame in both direction, and may we get the next sell. I'm not really interested at this point, and we have to wait for the next trade setup. In this case, we just follow. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.